Hello, hello, welcome in. Alrighty, so today the energy feels fabulous. So I'm just gonna light my Palo Santo here. We're doing intuitive reading, so a little bit different than what I typically do. We're not doing mediumship, we're not doing psychic, we're doing intuitive readings. And so, um, basically, what is it to be an intuitive? What is an intuitive? Well, an intuitive is someone who can feel, hear, see, and they use their senses to help basically navigate others and themselves throughout their journey. And so I would call an intuitive someone who really, really, really uses their third eye. Welcome in. So, the readings today, if you're a subscriber, we're going to go into you as we always do. And I'm going to use my third eye and I'm going to kind of tune into your third eye. So, we're going to make a third eye connection here. And what's going to happen is I'm kind of just going to see whatever comes up in your field, okay? So it's more of a in the moment thing. How can we improve this? How can we improve that? And of course, you can ask questions here in this space. So just lighting some Palo Santo for us, just bringing in some positive energy. The energy right now, if you've been watching my weekly readings, today is Friday, woohoo! So, we started off this week with having to work through a lot of stuff with this new moon. And then we went into needing some energy work midweek. And then finally, now that it's Friday, you're going to be seeing the energy really, really changing for the better. So a lot of abundance. I'm feeling like a lot of spiritual energy. If you've been doing new moon rituals, I really feel like the things you've been manifesting are going to come in. So today, again, for all of our subscribers, we go in and we do a reading for you. These are intuitive. And if you would like one and you don't want to subscribe, you can pay $11 and you'll see that underneath my link tree. So that's underneath my profile. You click Horseman Readings, you'll see Linktree, and then you can click on how to pay through PayPal. Also, you can e-transfer horsemanreadings@gmail.com if you are in Canada and you find that that's easier. I know I'm an e-transfer baby. So I'm not working with my cards today. Often I will do card pulls. Thank you very much, guys. So what I want to do here is just really concentrate again on the collective if people aren't coming in to get a reading. And so the first thing that I'm feeling like is we've got to take a little bit better care of ourselves. I'm feeling like the emotions are still quite high. So even though the energy is positive, the emotions are like, ooh, there's just a lot going on. So my suggestion with this collective would be, who balances your emotions? That's something I would look at. So, my husband really grounds me because I tend to be very sensitive to energy. So I find actually spending time with him instead of him triggering me, he kind of does the opposite. So the other thing too is if you're a person who struggles with shallow breathing, my my recommendation here would be actually just to be around essential oils, but specifically like lavender or like chamomile tea would also be good, something like that. And those are more relaxing herbs that we can work with, okay? So again, welcome, and if you subscribe, we're going to focus in on your energy, or you can pay $11 via my PayPal. You'll see that underneath my profile. Usually I have people coming on here that are already subscribed, so this kind of gives us an opportunity to talk a little bit about the collective as people are hopping on here. So I'm also feeling like for some reason Thanksgiving is coming up, and I think maybe that's because I never knew about struggles with shallow breathing. Yes. Um, for some reason Thanksgiving's coming up because I think that there are people who need to get their energy up as well if you have Thanksgiving in November. To prepare yourself for that, because it feels like sometimes people hide things from their families of what's really going on in their life. They don't want to burden them, or they don't want them to really know what their life is like. So it's kind of like, instead of feeling like you need to fake it, get your energy actually up. Do the things that you are supposed to be doing. So that when you get into that space with people, they're like, wow, she's glowing, or that sort of thing. Because it's not about how other people view you as much as it is that you're feeling good when you're around other people. So you can kind of share your knowledge, your gifts, and your talents with those people. So yes, when you're talking about struggles with shallow breathing, because I'm able to feel into other people's emotions, sometimes I'll feel this like tightness in and around my chest, or I feel like I'm not slowing down, that sort of thing. And so that's an example of someone who's a shallow breather. Are you um, like not taking time to breathe? Are you not being mindful of like your shoulders, loosening up your face? And I know it sounds silly, but sometimes we carry a lot of tension in our face. So it could be as simple as getting one of those crystal rollers and actually using it on your face, because that can actually just move energy. Because if you're a thinker, you're going to carry a lot of energy in your face. When you carry a lot of energy in your face, then it kind of goes into your neck and shoulders, and it's just like stress that we don't need. Okay, so it will absolutely affect your diaphragm. I know it's strange, but it's true. So these are paid readings. You can subscribe by clicking the star in the corner, and then we'll go into your energy. We'll go into your Akashic records, and we'll see what's coming through. You can ask questions in this space. Every time you come on here live, you do get a reading or healing, which is great as a subscriber. Or if you have nothing to do with subscriptions and you're just here, because you'd like some loving kindness, that's great. And again, $11 in my underneath PayPal. It's horsemanreadings@gmail.com. And I accept e-transfer as well. So I'm just kind of sharing some collective energy that I'm feeling, because as I enter this space, I get a lot of information, and it's just nice to help people move through certain things. So if you're not following me yet, feel free to check out some of the videos I have. I've got a third eye activation. I've got a recent Reiki healing video you can watch, a cord cutting one. Just little things that can help you with your energy. My YouTube channel also has a video there that I did from TikTok that's like free Theta healing downloads and Reiki around worry, manifestation, things like that. I'm going to be doing my November readings. I already did October readings, so you can see your October energy based on your sign and general messages. So many things. I do a lot during the day for free as well on different platforms. So if you don't know how to work Linktree, go to my profile and then see my Linktree. So, so again, just going into collective, I'm also getting the word promiscuous girl. Promiscuous girl. It's you that I want. And that's like an old song, which is funny. So I feel like there might be someone on here who is moving through some type of relationship as well, where they're feeling like maybe they're not forgiven by someone else. I don't know if they cheated or they did something in the past that the partner didn't like, and the partner's still hanging on to that towards you. But it feels like that partner that you're in a relationship with or in a committed something with, doesn't, it could be marriage, it could just be like someone you're seeing even, but it still feels like there's a commitment that that person has to you. It's like they need to learn how to forgive. I really discuss a lot about forgiveness, and I have the last, like, I would say, I don't know, I'm getting like 7 weeks or something, because it just feels like we're all carrying this like heaviness around us, either towards other people or towards society or whatever it is, maybe towards ourselves, any shame that we're carrying, and we've got to clear and release that. So that's what I help people in my healing sessions with. But also it's your job to kind of see when you are in a partnership where that person's being negative and they're hanging on, how can we teach that person about forgiveness? If you hang on to this negative energy, or if you're resentful towards me, not only is that hurting me, but it's also hurting you as well, because you're carrying around this like shield around your heart that's like not allowing me to like love you. It's not allowing you to receive love, things like that. And so you could feel more tired hanging on to grudges and things like that. So I don't know if this relates to somebody. Feel free to send me a purple heart if this is you. But yeah, there's still like somebody's also, I feel like, in business with somebody else. So again, maybe it's your boss, or you work with somebody, or there's somebody underneath you. I don't know. But I also feel like there's some resentment and negativity and maybe some frustration and anger around that person as well. So yeah, it's like not only do we need to work out these little kinks in our relationships and shift that energy and bring in what we want, higher vibrations, but we also, with work, it feels like that's coming in as well. It feels like you deserve to like receive positive energy at work too. Sometimes we think, oh, if my relationship's good, I can go to my shitty job, or I can ignore the negative people at work. That's not really how it works. It's all your whole life. It's not just one compartment over here and one department over there. We want to feel like all of our relationships in our life are helpful and healing and kind. So if one person's mistreating you, chances are there's somebody else mistreating you in another area of your life as well. So whether this is revamping your goals right now, something like that. But again, we're just doing general collective while people are hopping on here. So if you are subscribed, then again, we're going to go into you, or you can pay $11 through my PayPal underneath my profile, or you can e-transfer horsemanreadings@gmail.com. And so another thing that's coming up here, because for some reason I think Tink is a subscriber, but maybe you used to be, so feel free to come back in and become one. All right, so the energy of the shallow breathing, it kind of feels like it's loosening up, which is great. That forgiveness that I was just talking about also is coming up, because I feel like we're putting a lot of pressure on ourselves these days, as well. I am one still. Okay, there you are. Yes, it says read. Okay, so let's go into you. If you want me to. And do you have any questions, any areas of focus? So we're doing intuitive readings. But yeah, maybe this is related to you as well if you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself right now. And guys, you can get information out of other people's readings as well. Don't forget that. So feel free to listen in on other people's stuff and see how you relate to it, because I always still do like collective messages here unless I'm doing a private reading. So it's just like it'll make more sense to that person, but it can still make sense to our group, and you'll see themes in here. No specific questions. Okay, so I'll ask, what does Tink need to know? What does LK Tinkerbell need to know? And as I take a deep breath here, I get wind, and then windy, and then wind storm. And for me, this is like, I feel like what you're doing right now is you're navigating through where you fit in. I don't know if this is like where you fit in the public, where you fit in emotionally in your life, but fitting in is really coming up for you. I also see you just working on your self-image just a little bit more. I don't know if it's related to clothing or your weight or something like that, but I kind of just see you thinking about maybe your weight a bit more. And I see you kind of wanting to be like a little bit perfect, and who doesn't want to, but that's what I was saying, that's where the pressure comes in. So we could do a Theta healing download here if you want. So, and anybody can say yes to this. Would you like to clear and release anything that you feel like is throwing your energy off right now? And if so, just say yes. And again, I can only send that to the people that agree and say yes. Okay, so Tink, relationship is also coming up for you. Not so much fitting in, but creating a path. I just started a weight loss, healthy life thing. Okay. Yeah, so when I was saying like fitting in, okay, so like when I'm saying fitting in emotionally, like, and then I was seeing somebody putting on pants and trying to fit into their pants, just so you know what I see and where I get the information from. But emotionally, like one thing that comes up with weight loss, and maybe it's just your relationship with yourself, interesting is like a big part of the health and weight loss portion is our emotions, right? Like why are we feeling like we're not healthy enough now? And I just want to take a deep breath. So it's something to kind of ponder on, I feel. It's like, because you're checking in with the emotions where you're not like feeling good about yourself, you know what I mean? So it's not about perfection as much as it is like maybe just working with that law of attraction a little bit more, because I feel like the reason why I wrote down windstorm, I could show you. So this is what I wrote down for your energy: wind, windy, and windstorm, right? So you just want wind, you don't want a windstorm. So if we relate this to health and wellness, okay, you want wind, but then sometimes it gets windy and then there's a windstorm. So this could be you being balanced, and it makes sense with this Libra energy that you're in. So again, could just be relationship with self, but self-image is definitely in here. I really do feel that way. So makes sense. Yeah, you're avoiding the wind so it doesn't get windier. But the other thing that can come up is just if there's any type of like anxiety of like, is there fear of gaining weight? Is there fear of becoming unhealthy? Relationship is a windstorm. Ha ha ha. It's so funny because as soon as I wrote down relationship, because it's right here, I was like, yeah, I'm touching on it, but I'm still prioritizing your relationship with self because that's important. But yeah, when you think about a windstorm here, it's like, oh no, it's starting to get windy, and we get a little anxious. I hope this doesn't happen. So these are just fear-based thoughts. Again, if we ever do like a one-on-one, this could be something I could definitely clear for you. In my membership group, I also do Theta healing on the 15th of every month, which is what we were just doing. And I do that every new moon, every full moon, and you guys can email me what you want clearings and healings on. So as you're navigating through something, I can, offer you those downloads and give you some direction with it. But definitely don't allow this anxiety to come in and create, I'm going to call it a shitstorm. Okay. So yes, prioritizing your health makes sense for balance, but don't allow the anxiety to come in and create issues, okay? And this is obviously past related. I can't help but feel like that, okay? So those are kind of your messages. So isn't it interesting how I get wind, windy, windstorm, and then that's what we are able to come up with? Very, very cool. I don't know if you have perfectionism tendencies or not, but usually people who allow, haha, yes, we def try to avoid shitstorms, haha. But just so you know, like avoidance is something that does create anxiety. So we've got to deal with the things head on so that these things don't happen. So just noticing where we're putting anything off that needs to be dealt with, right? Any unhealthy miscommunication, just clearing that up. Progress, not perfection is my motto. Yeah, and I love that. I knew what you're talking about there. Thank you. So yeah, lately with this energy, I've been saying slow and steady wins the race. Inching your way with things. Whenever I am an avoider though. Okay. Yeah, so that's more running on the I need to plan, just so you know. And when we need to plan, that means we need to protect, which means there's fear. So an affirmation could be I am safe. I'm breathing in that. I am loved. I am committed to my love relationship. I am okay with being alone, right? Things like that. I don't know why that's coming up, but let's do another Theta healing download. Would you like to know, and everybody can take advantage of this, would you like to know that it's safe to deal with your life head on instead of avoiding things that you know are important, especially when it comes to your health and love life? If so, just say yes. Taking a deep breath in as you receive this. And I'm getting, and this might not be related to you, Tank, but I'm getting like addictions and kind of like habits. So again, this could be you, partner. It still feels like past related. Since nobody's paying for a reading or coming in as a subscriber, I'm just kind of allowing you to take over here, which is awesome because other people can take advantage. So yes. So I think, Tink, okay, you're saying yes to the downloads, but do you have any, again, this feels past related, any connection to addiction or habits? That could be anyone in your family, that could be your partner's family. We have bad habits, yes. Okay, and that makes sense why you're working on anxiety and health, because a lot of times, like our our anxiety like gets released by these bad habits because like we'll use like sugar as a perfect example of how we will like eat or drink things that have sugar in it because it actually calms our anxiety down, but then it shoots it up. So it's this like up and down thing. Pretty much all addictions have that effect on us. It's like a molecule, it's a chemical, right? And so it does something to our brain that makes us feel calm. We're like, yeah, yeah. That's good. Sugar and smoking are my worst too. So, like that's what I was with the smoking. I was like really, when I'm like, oh yeah. When you put that cigarette in your mouth, that's exactly what I was seeing. So, that being said, would you like to clear and release the need to put sugar and cigarettes or whatever you're smoking, because it's not just cigarettes for everybody, into your body? And would you like to clear and release what's provoking you to put that into your body? And would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to have spiritual sensations in your body that do relax you? And would you like to know that it's safe to create positive intentions throughout your day so that if you do, quote unquote, make a mistake, you can forgive yourself a little more quickly and revert back into those healthy patterns of behaviors that you are initiating and doing for yourself? Again, if so, just say yes. So anybody that wants that can say yes as well. Okay, and I feel like I'm hearing those unhealthy patterns of behaviors are maybe provoked by someone else. So is your partner triggering you, or is it family, work? Is it just like what are like what makes these unhealthy patterns of behaviors happen? Like, do you know what your trigger or stressor is? Because that really helps when you understand it. I mean, maybe, but it's really me and life in general. Okay. It feels like throat chakra, honestly. And that's why I work with people and do this. And I love that people can share these downloads and say yes to them. And because it's so helpful. I've paid a lot of money to get support like this in group settings. So it's just nice that people can, I guess, piggyback on this um, and understand how it works. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling like um, there's there's first of all, it's about working on the throat chakra, and second, it's working on the sacral, and then the crown, and then the root. Okay, in order. So if you know anything about chakras, this is what to prioritize: throat, sacral, crown, root. Unblocking those in that order. I lost my stepson December 2021 and have eaten ice cream every day since. Okay, well, first of all, let's all send Tink love, hearts. I'm going to call some Reiki energy in for our group as well. So anybody that wants to receive Reiki, just feel free to open up to that. So Tink, you might feel that I'm starting on your root. Again, open with your permission. Just to ground you a bit here in this space. Now I feel like I'm patting a cat. It's an animal. It might be a small dog, but it feels like a cat. I don't know if you have one or you lost one. People, okay, so do you have a small dog? Because this doesn't feel like a huge dog. I have 140-pound dog, so like this is very different. But I'm patting the dog right now, and it's calming my root chakra. It's grounding me. Okay, first of all, that's coming through to support you as you're moving through this energy. Because obviously, you'd have a lot of heart walls up when you've experienced like grief, because it's just natural to feel that way, right? And it also will affect your nervous system. So yeah, the ice cream piece, oh my gosh, I really have been picking up on somebody who eats ice cream every single day. I'm not kidding. So again, these are just like sugar cravings. That's really what I feel. And so again, sorry, internet went wonky. No problem. So yeah, it's also about, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this underneath my YouTube channel so that other people can benefit from these healings as well. Hello, you can pay $11 or hop in as a subscriber and we can prioritize you as well here. We're doing some intuitive readings. We just kind of went into a little healing. I called in Reiki energy as well, so anyone that wants that can also receive that. And yeah, I need your permission in order to do a reading for you. We already at the beginning did some collective energy, so I will be putting this up underneath my YouTube channel. You can click my link tree to get the link to YouTube as well. Okay. So yeah, so something else to look deeper into is the sugar cravings, but then you also experience loss. So, it's kind of telling yourself it's okay that I'm comforting myself, but what are some other ways I can comfort myself, right? Which I was talking about the energy of the animal. Like the dog can be very grounding and soothing and calming just to help you move through the energy. The other thing that I feel as I go into your chakras is the stomach, right? Like, so obviously you like food. If you're a comfort person, which makes sense why you're working on health and wellness, because you're like wanting this unhealthy thing, but you're wanting to be healthy, right? So it's just like a lot going on. In terms of nutrition, I'm feeling like nuts, seeds, and oils are coming up the strongest for you because when we're feeling nourished with those healthy oils, it's also going to feed that into it feels like the chemicals in your brain as well. Now, sugar is definitely something we almost need to detox from, but the oils will also be like a calming, grounding thing for you. Okay. I'm not sure if you're already eating those things, but that's just that there's permission to like overload in that. Of course, when we're eating nuts, maybe staying away from the peanuts, but as you know, like what nuts are healthy, like walnuts are amazing for you. And then as we work through kind of that heart chakra, I kind of get that a facial for some reason is coming up for you. Sugared almonds, ha ha ha. Yes, but you know what? Like you're inching your way. So like it's okay to still have those things. But the fact that there are nuts with the chocolate, it's like right now that feels okay because you are eating nuts, but I'm talking about maybe like a full-on brownie or something like that might not be great, right? So yeah, small doses is really coming up. So yeah, I don't know if you ever go to the spa. I do facial reflexology. Um, but I actually feel like you need to go for a facial. And again, must have been tuning into your energy before I came on here because I don't know who I'm going to be working with, but I kind of know what they have going on. And I've been called to actually booking in a facial, which I like never do, but it can really, really help with that heart. That's what I'm getting, the shoulders and stuff like that. So again, your cravings might be more suppressed when you're doing some of those little like things for yourself. And I also feel like your routine is also very important at this time. So, if you have those little ruts, like you said, like smoking and stuff, that's obviously part of your routine. If you get up in the morning, you have your coffee and cigarette, that sort of thing. I don't. I work on enforcement for the cosmetology industry and haven't been to a spa since pre-COVID. Okay. This is something I kind of feel like you can't do for yourself. You definitely need to get somebody else to do that. Um, yeah, so like I would do my best to try to put that on your intention list, right? So if you set the intention to make that happen, trust that it will. And that's where the throat chakra now comes up, is just trusting. Okay, so let's integrate all of those downloads for you. And we're going to send you overall healing for your health and wellness as we also get out of the Reiki energy with permission. So you do have to agree to integrate it, which means that energy will start flowing to you and for you because you agreed to that. Good. Now I see you walking away from something. I actually see you physically walking away from something. I see you're like, no, not going there, not doing this. But then I also see you going back to it. Okay. So this is definitely something we could work on deeper in a session. But the fact that you're attempting to walk away from it is good because I do see you doing that. But again, I see you go back to it as well. But the pay attention to the fact that you are walking away from it because that's more important to acknowledge. Okay, so don't give yourself too much of a hard time with this. Um, I'm hearing this too shall pass in sequence. So I think we go through stages where we're good and then stages where we're not good, but that's because you're going through grief. And underneath my YouTube channel, I also have a grief ceremony. You'll see rituals and practices underneath my playlist. I would highly recommend watching that and getting the Theta healing downloads from that too. Yeah. And then forgiveness work would also be great for you because you're kind of fighting with yourself a little bit here. I'll definitely take a look. Okay. Yeah, in my VIP membership as well, through my website, we have a forgiveness program. That would be a great start also to listen to other people's unhealthy patterns of behaviors and boundaries and things like that too. Okay, so you're not alone. Everybody's going through their own crap. And again, I'm so sorry to hear for your loss. Okay, I'm just going to use my Palo Santo here to cleanse our space. See, that kind of worked out for you that nobody else was hopping in here, didn't it? Had to take a little bit of time. I love how TikTok works, or how the universe works. It's very cool. So just setting the intention to send everybody some healing from my Palo Santo. Yeah, spirit leads the people in here that are meant to be in here. I truly believe that. You know how you go on the stories? I just got some Palo Santo as well. Amazing. So yeah, something told me to get out this really cool candle and light this. I am feeling a big shift in my space as well, which is great. But you know how you watch those stories on TikTok and it's like, you are meant to be here. You are not watching this for no reason. Thank you. You guys can watch how I burn the house down. And it has this little like tarot cover. So cool, eh? But I really do believe that, yeah, when people are linking up to certain people on TikTok, it is, even though the algorithm through our phones, they like, it's heard what our interests are and like what we're talking about, so it'll send you to people on your phone. However, that's an amazing thing that advertising is kind of just working naturally. But spirit will also kind of guide you as you're flipping through who is meant for you and who isn't. That's what I truly feel. Do you have anything for me this morning? You have to subscribe by clicking on this star, and then you got a reading and healing every time I come on live. I put my schedule underneath my profile. And also you can pay the $11 through my PayPal, and you'll click Horseman Readings, and then you'll see Linktree, PayPal, and I also take e-transfer horseman readings at gmail.com. Okay. When I started this, I did a few collective readings, so I'm also going to put this video up underneath my YouTube later on as well. Quite a few replays I want to start putting up there. And I do my best to put all my videos, my full videos, underneath YouTube, whether I'm doing it through Facebook or I still don't know how to take them off of Instagram yet. But yeah, just creating like more of a free catalog for people who like healing as well. I always get so much when I listen to other people's readings and videos, even if they're not doing it for me. I tend to just kind of soak up what they're saying and see how I can relate that to my own life. You're welcome. So yeah, so I'll give you guys a couple minutes here to see if anybody does want a reading. And I'm fairly new. Thank you very much. I'm fairly new to TikTok. I have been underneath kind of Facebook really for a lot of my stuff. I have a spiritual support team underneath Facebook where it's nice because you can join as a member there, and then I accept you, and I kind of put up like readings or live things, or you know, if my students, when I'm doing programs, like have homework or I don't know, stuff that I feel like will be helpful for them, then the people in that group can also take advantage of what I'm offering there for them. And the way that my membership works is all the programs and classes that I've taught, I recorded, and then I put them into the membership group so that people can also enjoy the learning and the healings. And it's really, really cool because it's just getting bigger and bigger, getting more people, and there are different levels of it. So if you're in a different price range, than someone else, you can yeah, take advantage, or even if it's for a short period of time, it'll give people extra healing. So you was drawn to your live for some reason. Well, you're definitely here because you are meant to be, for sure. So if you just take a little follow, I really appreciate it. So again, I do free readings as well, but today I just listened to what I'm supposed to do, and obviously Tinkerbell got to take advantage of some healings, and she went through a deep loss and is going through a lot. So I think it's great that everybody was able to kind of hold space for her, and also take advantage of some of that support here. So I will be coming on again. I'll put that time underneath my profile, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Take care.